Hey, guess who is in your neighborhood? Your good friend. Your good friend indeed. Just hanging out, checking a few ducks here and there in the land of Northwest. The weather is favoring all kind of colors, and I try today to be a colorful guy. And I hope in the colorfulness of this Friday, I can share myself with thou. Thou shalt share yourself with your friend. So I'm standing here, guys, tall, feeling good on a Good Friday. A Good Friday that delivers many people. A Good Friday of autumn. Is it autumn or fall? I don't know. That's what the Americans say. Things are falling. The clouds are getting thick. This morning we had some rain, and the rains are showing in plenty of water just to my side here. So, and the birds are happy, they have food. What a glorious day. Just to be out here a little bit and share myself with thee. King James, my friend. Or the English from back in the days. And yeah, episode 61. It's me again, Joel Chestnut. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being yourself. Thank you for the viewings. Thank you for the liking and subscribing and sharing these thoughts, these episodes of mine. It's a joy, it's a privilege. I don't take it for granted. And so, on this day, on this hour, I'll say, wish you well, wish you a good weekend. I hope where you are, you're gonna be blessed. And stand tall, because truly it is finished. Imekwisha. Waswahili wanasema bwana, it's really finished, isn't it? I don't know what that means to you. If you haven't finished your week, if you've just started your week, I don't know. I hope you're doing well with it. But some of us, we subscribe to the it is finished business. In other words, rest, my friend. There's hope, there's goodness, there's love. From this episode with Joel Chestnut here, huh? Northwest, my friend. Northwest kuna mambo hapa, kuna mazuri bwana, kuna mibaraka, kuna nyesha, rasha. Ndege wanapaa huko hewani, nasi tunawashangilia sana. Anyway, what about this for a start? I don't know where I started. I don't know where I'm heading. But standing here in this place that is called Northwest, I'm celebrating a few things with you today. What about that? Do you remember Tekla Loroupe? I hoisted that woman to the heights of athletics. Tekla Loroupe, a woman who hails from West Pokot, a woman who has really made a difference. She has left a legacy in athletics. She's known to have broken world records back in the days. I share that I met her one time myself in one of the settings that were therapeutic. And so, Tekla Loroupe was inducted in the Hall of Fame in Berlin marathon that happened a few weeks ago or a few days ago. I missed to catch the glimpse with you guys to share with you what I thought about that, but it's an honor again to mention Tekla Loroupe. She was inducted in the Hall of Fame in Berlin Marathon. So they do this every now and then. Paul Tergard was one of those people who was inducted too. Paul Macau, all these are marathon runners. Their body of work in marathon was finally emblem or hoisted in the Hall of Fame in Berlin. What an honor to have met a person of that nature, of that stature. Tekla Loroupe, West Pokot woman. There's something that I was quoting from her, and it's something that I read in a newspaper that she said. Namely that the reason why she became great, or the reason why she said she broke the world record of 2:21, which was a legit record back then. She says that in one of her training regimens that she was doing, training with men, a man came close to her and she wasn't feeling it, and the man told her, "Don't you ever forget where you came from." you have a lot to offer in the running world. She never forgot those words from a man that she didn't mention his name. But it was quite encouraging. It pushed her to world record. It pushed her to the top of the mountain. And Loroupe was inducted in the Hall of Fame in Berlin with Paul Tergat, Patrick Macau, all Kenyans. And for me, it's an honor to mention these athletes. It's an honor to mention these people. And I'm doing this on this Good Friday, hoping that you'll celebrate with them, will celebrate with me as we honor these great human beings and athletes. Talking of celebration, there was an all-out women in New York. All-out women. The who is who in track and field showed up in New York. I think it was, when was that? I don't remember the date. But they were led by Captain Faith Kipyegon, the gold medalist from Paris, followed by, I think I think they had a good number of women who showed up for this event. It was organized by AWB, which is they have a preeminence in promoting women, empowering girls in sports. They hosted this event to put little highlight and put sunshine and put some spotlight on women and how far they've come, because I got to tell you, women have come a long way, and I'm celebrating that with them. And Captain Faith Kipyegon, Gabby, the 200-meter gold medalist, was there, Mary Moraa, and the rest of the crew. I think there are a few Ethiopians showed up, and the winning prize was decent, my friend, $60,000. Good for them. I saw an interview of Faith Kipyegon, and I don't think I've really known her to be that flamboyant. I think social media has changed people. It has changed me, how I speak to you. I think when you see yourself often on these stages, on these platforms, you start to realize that you are who you are. Nobody can define you. You are who you are. If you are Captain Faith Kipyegon, let it out. Just speak from the heart, speak from the soul. And it was a fascinating interview. She spoke very well. One of the things I talked about Kenyans in my episode is how do you speak well so people can know you and know your product. Because after all, when you think of sports and you think of corporations and professionalism, athletes have become products. They entertain us. Once in a while, we get carried away. We criticize them and we forget that, it comes with the territory. So to see Faith just having a good time in front of the camera was quite fascinating. I think it's a new day for her. It's a new day for Kenyans to emulate that, to keep the narrative, to do what I'm trying to do here is highlight, give a voice where it deserves. And I think for me, Captain Faith Kipyegon has really become what Kenyans can be. I spoke about how women saved the reputation of a country during the Olympics. And I don't think I was far from the truth. It's interesting, I'm bragging here because some of these things I speak about, I'd never seen it anywhere else until when I look in the newspaper, I'm like, hey, did these people ask for my permission? I don't care. As long as people receive flowers, as long as people receive love from different categories of social media, I really don't care. As long as it's good, it's empowering, it's affirming, it's uplifting, it's keeping this stream of love flowing, okay? So I appreciate that. So yeah, the women had a good night. Their whole party night. The lights were shining on women. And for me to hear even Kenyan women led by the captain was quite exciting. Well, as exciting as that was, I read something interesting. There's an old man, I'll finish with this, an old man who has been doing masters. So they have categories in track and field where they have masters championship. Masters means you're over 50 or you're just on the other side of the mountain. You are not at your prime, you're not young, so they call them masters. And there's a man, I can't say his name here for just because I really don't know him. He's 70 years old man, an American. He was busted for using steroids. in this past July in the championship for that age category. He's a sprinter, and he was busted for steroids. Well, can we just ask this question? What the hell is going on? A 70-year-old man busted for steroids, cheating in athletics. Ben Johnson, the Canadian in 1988, I think he was 25, 26. He was busted for steroids. Here comes a 70-year-old man busted for steroids. Nothing changes. If you're a cheater, it doesn't matter what age, you're gonna cheat. Talking of cheating, Kenyans again are on the bad side of the story when it comes to cheating. 78 athletes since 2016 and beyond, 78 athletes in Kenya have been blacklisted for steroids. Well, they have a grandpa now. The 70-year-old grandpa from America is the new Kenyan grandpa in doping. I'm just making that declaration right here. Kenyans have always had a grandpa. They've always had somebody who's gonna show them the way. The 70-year-old American is joining the Kenyans in the Hall of Shame. Shame, shame, shame. I'm so bad. I feel bad right now. But I can't help it but to say Kenyans are struggling with doping. Kenyans are not the only ones. Hey, if you have an example in a 70-year-old man and you're struggling with doping in Kenya, don't feel bad. At 70 years old, you can still cheat. But it's not good news for Kenya. It means the future is not looking good. If we're gonna continue cheating until we are 70, Kenyans, we need to change. We need to change the road, man. We need to just get off the highway, Kenyans, of steroids. Get off the highway. I might be sarcastic about this, but yes, it doesn't matter. If you are a cheat, you wanna be a cheat. And so, on this episode, anyway, I was gonna just leave it at that. I think I sound like I'm off a little bit there on that one, but it's what it is. People cheat, and doesn't matter the age. And Kenyans are in the age of cheating, and they could be joining our 70-year-old grandpa in the Hall of Shame. That was me, my friend. But let me take you the best Hall of Fame you can ever be. The Hall of Fame you can ever be is a Hall of Fame of love and life. Because somebody has raptured for us to be here. I totally believe that. Somebody gave. All you have to do, my friend, is receive love and life. Because I tell you what, that's all you can do sometimes. Just be on the receiving end. Because you know what? If you can't produce it, let somebody else give it to you. And there's nothing wrong with receiving. Receive with gratitude. Because gratitude and good attitude go together all the time. I don't know what this episode was all about, but it was about Tekla Loroupe, the matriarch of track and field and marathon, was inducted in the Hall of Fame. So are the rest of them, and the women had a dance night in New York. That was me, my friend, telling you, you can never be old to cheat. Some cheat at 70.